Hello, now we will move on discussing on lighting. Next to sound, lighting is one of the most important elements to understand because knowing how to light your subject is essential to creating an aesthetic image. So, let's get started already. First of all, we are beginning with the tungsten lighting. A tungsten kits for film and video production have been a tried and true industry standard lighting choice for years. They are similar to the incandescent filament bulbs common in interior lighting, so they are a great choice for interior lighting setups. There are several pros to using tungsten lighting. Number one, tungsten bulbs and fixtures are cheap to rent. Also, their color rendering index CRI is exceptionally balanced. This means their lights accurately relate the true color information of an object to a human eye. Yet, there are cons as well. First, when compared with other lighting sources, tungsten lights have a comparatively shorter life, so their bulbs need to be replaced frequently, even though they are cheap. Additionally, tungsten lights also get very hot, so they pose a fire risk and must be cooled after operating before you can handle them. And once you handle them, you must do so very carefully. The oils from your skin pose a risk of exploding the bulbs while it is on. Thankfully, the tungsten light, film, and lighting kits often come with protective covers. The second type of lighting we will discuss is HMI lights. An HMI is a powerhouse arc lamp lighting source that is crucial for lighting outdoors or replicating outdoor light shining into interiors because they are powerful. They are also good resource for lighting light sets. So what are the pros and cons? Well, as mentioned above, the sheer brightness of an HMI makes it a necessity for a strong light source. They aren't the power oaks that tungstens are and don't create as much heat on set. However, you should consider that HMI lights are highly expensive, so you must have a budget that allows for them. They also require more setup and takedown than other forms of lighting, simply because HMI requires an attached ballast that regulates the arc lamp. There is also additional power and safety considerations to make when using an HMI. They often require generators and personnel to operate them. Next type of lighting is fluorescent video lights. If you've ever spotted a lighting fixture on set with a row of light tubes, then you have seen a fluorescent film, which is balanced for both indoors and outdoor use. So what are the benefits? Well, fluorescent lights offer a naturally soft light that are common in everyday interiors. And they are also very affordable, easily transported, and adaptable to different shooting environments. Also, like LEDs, the fluorescent film lighting kits have the modest power requirements and don't get too hot while running. However, some disadvantages are included that although external ballasts aren't technically required for fluorescence light, they can also help fight flickering issues the light might have. Like HMI, that mean extra assembly and tear down. Dimming is also not as easy with fluorescence bulbs as other kinds. You can always take bulbs out to reduce lighting intensity, but you don't have the same amount of control. The fourth type of lighting is LED lights. The LED video lights are all range for ultra-low budget shoots. Although their portability lend themselves to micro-budget filmmaking, there are higher-end Fresnels that are growing in popularity as well. It is very telling that on his website's forum, Oscar-winning cinematographer Roger Deakins said that LEDs are advancing so fast. Tungsten bulbs will become a thing of the past in the next year or two. The pros of LED panels are that they are lightweight and can be easily filtered for matching other light sources. although lights from LED panels is of good quality and its color remains a consistent while dimming. Finally, LED panels are battery powered, compact and lightweight, so naturally they don't require the ballast that HMIs and fluorescents do. Plus, they don't get hot. Admittedly, LED panels don't have many cons, but one is that they are more expensive in terms of price per lumen than many of the alternatives and more traditional options. The color white of LED panel can also be inconsistent, and the difference is something perceptible to the human eye. There is also a general lack of standardization among LEDs, and some consider this to be an ongoing issue. So, knowing the pros and cons of each, what lighting kit should you use? Well, there is no best film lighting kit to cover every shoot. So, when planning your film production lighting, you will probably use some combination of these different lighting packages. This means that good understanding of mixed sources is very, very important. Next, we will discuss production lighting. A filmmaker has to know his or her gear, so getting acclimated with different kinds of film lighting kits is just the first step. There are many great resources out there on the additional equipment you will need as well, such as diffusion, GELs, and flux to control light sources. If you need, pair your reading about gear with the best cinematography tips you can find. Fully own your approach for each shot you create. Let's get into standard lighting for production. 4 points video lighting. As the name suggests, there are 4 lights needed. Number 1 is the key light, which is the main light on which placement of all others is based, usually the brightest. Number 2 is the fill light, which fills in shadows created by key lights and eliminates dark shadows on the subject. Number 3 is the backlight, which illuminates the back of the subject to create 3 dimensions. This will allow the subject to pop out from the background. And lastly is the background light, which illuminates the background of the scene. Otherwise, the subject will be well lit on the dark side. You should really study this 4-point lighting because it is essential when trying to create a well-lit subject, especially indoors, such as in a studio setting. Okay guys, I know that was a lot of information, so you may need to go back to really absorb what was taught. It is worth it though, because after mastering this information, you are well on your way to becoming a lighting expert. Kwaheri.